Bro, have you ever been so tired you just can't explain it? I'm not talking about physically tired, I'm talking about soul tired. The kind that your sleep just doesn't seem to fix. You have a heavy mind, a heavy heart, and a heavy spirit. And simple things will feel overwhelming most of the time. You're showing up for others, you're showing up for your job, you're going to church, but you slowly feel like you're dying on the inside. Your prayer feels scattered, worship feels numb, and you're pushing and then you're collapsing. What if your exhaustion isn't failure? What if it's God's invitation? Hear me out real quick. Emptiness isn't the end, it is the construction site. The inner voice, I shouldn't be this tired. Others handle worse, why can't I? Something is wrong with me, but a quieter voice says, you weren't meant to carry this alone. Your foundation was already cracked. You were never meant to push without rest. What exhaustion is doing? It's not random, it's speaking. It's exposing what we held together by pressure. Not patching, not rebuilding. You feel like you're losing control. God is gently demonstrating what doesn't serve you. All right, now this part is very important. You know, how God meets you. Not at your strength, it is in your cracks. Not in your momentum, it is in your weakness. Your exhaustion will equal the doorway where he can rebuild you. And here's the foundational truth. God rebuilds when you're worn down, not when you're energized or on fire. He's not intimidated by your exhaustion. He's drawn to it. Let me share this quick story with you. Let me tell you about a man named Marcus. Outside, he is dependable, he loves to serve, handling business well, showing up for others, but on the inside he feels numb, foggy, running on fumes. He's fine in public, but falling apart in private. He starts small in the morning, waking up, feeling mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically heavy. Lots of brain fog, and his tasks feel huge. His prayer turns into 10 seconds and eventually becomes a distraction to him. Worship feels like lyrics bouncing off the wall. He tells himself, I just need discipline, more grit, more push. The harder he pushes, the worse it gets. One night he sits in his car, in the driveway, his engine on, still can't go inside. Hands on the wheel, chest tight, staring at the front door like it is a mountain. He whispers the sentence he's been avoiding, God, I cannot do this anymore. He expects guilt, expects God to be disappointed. But what hits him is stillness. Not hype, not answers, just, I'm here. Next morning, he does something rare. He sits still. No phone, no fixing, no pretending. He opens his Bible humbly like, God, if you're rebuilding me, show me how. His eyes land on a line he's heard forever, but never truly felt. Psalms 23:3, he restores my soul. And it lands different. It's not me restores. That's the moment it clicks. Exhaustion isn't disgrace. It is a signal. God is dismantling grit mode and rebuilding grace mode. Rebuilding doesn't happen overnight. God doesn't snap fingers and remove every burden. It's slow, holy, layer by layer. Marcus starts releasing what was never his to carry. Stops paying the debt of perfectionism, learns to say no without the guilt hangover, learns to rest without calling it weakness, lets people help him instead of playing superhero. Some days, he slips back into his old patterns. He overbooks, overcommits, overfunctions. Then the heaviness returns. And now he recognizes it. Not I'm failing, but I'm being invited back. He starts carrying index card scriptures with him. He gives power to the faint. My grace is sufficient. In quietness and trust is your strength. When the light hits, you're weak. He answers, I'm held. His prayer changes too. Less begging and more declaring. Bro, you need to declare things more. Lord, I'm empty, but you rebuild the empty. I reject the lie that tired means disqualified. Holy Spirit, fill what's depleted. Over time, the cracks start mending. Not frantic energy, but steady strength. He wakes up with clarity instead of panic. He moves with peace, not pressure. He's still responsible, but no longer crushed. People notice the change. Not, bro, you need to grind harder. More like, you're calmer. What happened? You've got this steadiness now. You seem anchored. And Marcus tells them the truth. I didn't get stronger. I got rebuilt. My collapse wasn't the end, it was the start. God met me right where I had nothing left. Exhaustion doesn't ruin him. It reveals him. If that is you, you are not alone, bro. This is not your ending. It is only the beginning. It is your invitation. God does his most beautiful work where you finally surrender to him. Jesus said, come to me all, not some, all who are weary. Bro, that is not poetry. Jesus didn't demand more. He offered rest. Even Jesus withdrew to pray so that he could rebuild himself. Isaiah 40:29 says, strength to the weary, not the strong, not the self-sufficient. His power flows to the empty. Now I want to give you some steps. Step 1 is to recognize the lie. Exhaustion does not equal abandonment. Exhaustion is an invitation to you. Replace condemnation with compassion. Step 2 is acknowledge the emotional weight. You've been carrying old burdens, grief, pressure, people-pleasing, and fear. Exhaustion reveals wounds. It doesn't create them. When you say, honestly, I'm not okay, that is not holy, bro. You are redeemed by Christ. But when you admit that you're not okay and that you need help, God will help you. He will. I know it sounds basic, like elementary school level, but that's what it is. And step 3, let old patterns collapse. Your old pace was unstable. Your old expectations were too heavy. Collapse isn't failure, it's scaffolding coming down. Step 4, 3 sacred transactions. Transaction 1 is declare human bankruptcy. You need to admit, I cannot carry this in my strength. So you need to release perfectionism, pressure, and performance. Transaction 2, let the cross cancel the debt. Jesus paid in full for you. You're trying to earn what he already gave. Rebuilding begins with receiving, not striving. Transaction 3, God reinvests in you. Peace where you were drained. Renewal where you were dry. New rhythms, new boundaries, new strengths. So remember, what I want you to take away from this is your exhaustion is not your ending. It is God's invitation to rebuild you. If this speaks to you, I want you to comment down below. I am ready for God to rebuild me. And I want you to also like this video so that it can reach some other brothers out there who are actually needing more help as well. And be sure to subscribe so you're up to date with my weekly content. Now go out there and enjoy the day because God made it for you. See ya.